It's easy to sum it up. We talking about practice.
Because it's about as casual as it gets. What's the problem now?
That's a clown question, bro.
I think we ought to send him beating at least.
World champions!
Start playing with some jam in here. Let's go.
Philadelphia, looking as only you can look.
Woo! Here we go.
If I was unmuted. And good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Philly podcast. We are brought to you by La Terrain Watches, themonkeysuncle.net, Back to 99 Productions, and the CEV Sports Podcast Network. It is Dallas week, and I feel like there hasn't been enough talk about it this week. I'm assuming because Dallas has kind of been not so good lately, and I just felt like we need to get something said about the game before the Eagles take them on today. So I am Eric Perugini. That's Chris Lahiff, and like I said, it's Dallas week. So what you got, Chris?
Yeah, listen, the hype's not there. It's just they're not. It's again, it looks like Dak's out for the year. It tore his hamstring right off the bone. That's a nasty injury.
Yeah, it's definitely not fun.
But you think I'm gonna sit here and feel sorry for Dallas fans because their team's 3-5 and they lost their quarterback? You're out of your mind.
No, not at all.
It's they're gonna use the excuse it's Cooper Rush. Although some of them do love Cooper Rush as the starter over Dak. I'm really starting to think, and I was always a Dak guy. I'm really starting to think that Dak Prescott is not good.
Well, I mean, he I don't know. He played his what off last year. He should have been in the conversation for MVP. But I don't know. But then you have this year that comes into play. He didn't have a running back. He's got CeeDee Lamb. They really didn't have anybody else after that. I mean, Brandon Cooks at one point was good, but he's nothing anymore. Where's his weapons? So I mean, it's like I don't know. He's got nothing around him. They brought back Zeke, who's garbage now. Like he's washed. Like the guy couldn't even make the active roster last week. So I mean, it's probably a good thing for Dak that he doesn't have to finish the season because I mean they're just bad.
Yeah, I mean, listen. First off, do we know the last time the Eagles beat Dallas and Dallas?
Yeah, it was like 7 years ago.
Carson Wentz was the quarterback. I threw the Washington game up on the screen until I'm muted, so we won't get copyright infringement. But Washington, nice. Washington's beating Pittsburgh. Yeah, Carson Wentz was the quarterback, so that was that Sunday night thrashing. I think that was like Jay Ajayi's first or second game back. So I don't feel sorry for Dallas.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll never feel sorry for them. But I mean, I feel bad for Dak. I mean, this is, once again, it's, this is something that's going on where he is, he's hurt now. He's going to miss the rest of the season. A couple of years ago, he got hurt where he really dislocated his ankle in a bad way, and he missed a lot of time. But like you said, there's some fans that like Cooper Rush, and when he played for them the last time that he was starting for him, he wasn't terrible, but I mean, he wasn't at the level that you would see from. What's that?
He was 5-1, and who was that one?
Yeah, I know. But and also there's fans calling to see some of Trey Lance today. They some of them
Yeah,
are looking at it like-
our buddy Frank the Zebra.
Yeah. Yeah. I know he's not a Dak guy, but he's,
Not at all.
now's
He's
the
not a
time.
Dak guy.
Well, if I'm them, I would put Trey Lance in. I mean, you got him. I mean, look, I'm not saying anything about Cooper Rush, but you got Trey Lance. You traded for him. He obviously needed a new start somewhere. So, and he's going to get it. I mean, how much worse is your season going to get? Just play the kid. Just play him.
Right, and you know what? And like I said, I don't know if he's in the final year of his contract, but if you sign him or if you play him and he has a decent season and he leaves in free agency, you got to look at the compensation that you'll get for the draft. That's where I think, unless, like I said, I don't know what Cooper Rush's contract is, unless they're looking at maybe Cooper Rush leaving. But I don't know. It's a weird thing. Again, I don't. You're giving Dak a little leeway because he doesn't have a run game. He doesn't have wide receivers. Well, we had a rookie running back in 2019 when we saw Carson Wentz throwing darts all over the building in Washington to Greg Ward. And I couldn't even, and Nelson Aguilar, who I can't even name any more receivers because that's how bad they were. The following year it was the Travis Fulgham years. Travis Fulgham was Jerry Rice for 2.5 games, and then he forgot how to play football. So I don't give Dak leeway like that. Like me, I sat there and said maybe Dak should have won the MVP last year, and then I looked at him this year. And I'm like, and I go back and I looked at the stats. And I'm like, he had a lot of garbage time stats last year because the 5 losses they had last year, they were by a lot. They were embarrassed, and he had garbage time stats. And listen, stats are stats. And I sit there and like I said, Lamar Jackson only had 20 touchdowns, and he won the MVP, but he had the number 1 seed. So I think that's what held Dak back, was not having the number 1 seed. But we go in today's game. I'm not taking the Cowboys lightly. They're still the Cowboys. It's still a divisional game. They're 31st ranked against the run. They're 31st in yards after yards per catch. It's either 7.8 or 8.2. That's oh god,
Yeah.
And all we heard all season was Mike Zimmer is better than Dan Quinn. Mike Zimmer is better than Dan Quinn. Well, on our split screen, the people listening on TikTok and the people who listen on the podcast on Spotify, Dan Quinn's got the Commanders at 7-2. And he just got sacked. Playing against Pittsburgh, who's 6-2. I get it. Up until today, the Commanders haven't played anybody. Doesn't matter. They're still winning the games that they are. They're 7-2 for a reason. If they were 2-7, we'd make fun of them. I'm not going to make fun of them because they're beating up whatever bad teams they're playing. Jaden Daniels is looking to be better than Caleb Williams right now. It really is. He's got that team 7-2. He doesn't have any turnovers today. He doesn't have a lot of turnovers. I think him and Jalen might have the same amount of turnovers. But I also think Jalen has thrown the ball more. They're keeping it very safe. Which is rookie quarterback. You have to keep it safe. That's why you signed all those veterans. Everyone made fun of him for signing Austin Eckler. Why? It's a good veteran presence to have. With Brian Robinson, when he's not getting shot, when he's not at the practice facility. I
thought that was a good signing. Yeah, no, I thought that was a good signing.
Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury is a good offensive coordinator. Like me and you, we always go back and forth about coaches and everything else. And I think some people are just good offensive coordinators. I think Shane Steichen right now, depending on what he does with the rest of the season, he could be a really good coach. Who's the guy from New England? Josh McDaniels. He is not a good head coach. He's a really good offensive coordinator. And there's nothing wrong with that. You put a good team around you and coaching. I sit there and say that all the time about the Eagles in 2017. What was that leap? They had good coaching around. But Peterson might get fired in like 2 weeks.
He should have been fired 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and that's like when me and you got into the argument earlier in the week about Nick Sirianni. What the hell was George Pickens doing there? That's a face mask. Like 4 face masks. He never let go. And he took it. How do you not call that? That ref is standing right there. How do you not call that? The NFL has such a bad ref problem. Oh my God. Oh, they're so worried about selling shirts in Munich, Germany, that they don't care about the officiating. But like when go ahead, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say is like the refs. The NFL gave up with the referees the second they got in bed with sports betting.
Yeah, yeah, it has to be. But like when me and you, when we disagreed about Nick Sirianni, and then we got into the Doug Peterson talk, it's a perfect storm. Doug Peterson had Frank Reich. He had the quarterback coach. I can't even think of it. I can't even think of his name. Who was the guy that always put Carson in his place?
I forget who he was now.
DeFilippo.
DeFilippo.
Yeah, and sometimes you need that. And like I said, oh, that's a good catch. Sometimes you need that, and there's nothing wrong with that. You surround yourself with good coaches and good assistants, you're going to be successful. And that's where when we talked about Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni, first year he went 9-8. They got smacked by Tampa. Obviously, second year, perfect storm. They went 14-3 or whatever the record was. They went to the Super Bowl. Next year, they lose both their coordinators, but they still won 11 games. Yes, they had that huge fall off where they looked like the Bad News Bears playing football. And now this year, he's got them at 6-2. So I think, like I said, I know you don't like him. I think he's a good coach. I don't think you're gonna see that much aggressiveness today. If it's 4th and 1 from the 20, I think he kicks a field goal.
Yeah, this would be the game that he actually starts coaching like a head coach and stop being cute.
If I see him put the 2 up, I want his fingers broken.
God, it's funny. I've watched that movie 4 times. It is so god awful.
It's so terrible. But you have to know. And that's the thing. Roadhouse itself, it's not a good movie, the first one. It's a hilarious movie. But but
it's 10 times better than this remake.
That's not something to brag about. And listen, again, I loved Roadhouse. I think it was the whole premise was it was not good. It was not.
The first part for me, the thing that made me hate it the most was freaking Conor McGregor walking around like he was some kind of a computer game player. Like what the hell is that? And then he's stopping and looking to his left. He's like what is that? Stop. Oh God, go drink your whiskey.
Yeah. You got a decent amount of people on TikTok watching.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
But yeah, like I said, Roadhouse. It was funny. Like for me, it was when he got into the first bar fight and he slapped the dudes, and then he's like, "Where's the nearest hospital?" And he drove him. That's hilarious. That just made it absolutely ridiculous.
He's like, I hope you have good insurance.
So like I said, again, we'll see what happens today. But let's go through. I have a couple of videos down, 3 to be exact, for a little history of the Eagles Dallas. And I think in the last since 06, look at this one. This was the great wide receiver who replaced T.O.
An interception. Worst starting field position for Philadelphia. McNabb buys some time, goes deep, hits Basket. Hank Basket stays on his feet and rolls to the end zone.
Hank Basket is the GOAT.
87 yards.
Hank Basket is the GOAT. 87-yard
Designed
touchdown.
by the Eagles with the blitz, running the double move on the outside. And Donovan McNabb doing a heck of a job in the pocket, just avoiding the rush and buying just enough time to be able to get the ball out there in his hands.
Just inside the 25, Watkins had a chance to bring Basket.
Yeah, that was his. Yeah. What? Oh, commercial.
I think that's
Yeah,
the
that
only
was
play
his-
he made his career.
yeah. He's best known for that play and marrying Kendra Wilkinson. That's it. Those are his highlights.
He's got 3 plays. I think you'd have to look it up. I think he dropped the onside kick in the Saints, Indianapolis Super Bowl when they came out and they kicked the onside kick. I think he had it, and he didn't corral it, and it led to them getting it, and that just turned the corner. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. That was it. It was the onside kick. Because I'm trying to think. I was trying to think if the Saints and the Colts did play each other in the Super Bowl, and I did because I remember the guy from the Saints intercepting the ball that they're running down the sideline off of Peyton Manning when Reggie Wayne didn't cut in. But that whole that whole play, the tackling wasn't there. It was like I hate it when they try to tackle up top. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, no, I hate when they try that too.
We're going to go to another play. The Super Bowl season of 2004. You remember this play? Come in.
Four-man rush. And then coming through at the last moment, but escaping, McNabb rolling to the outside, coming back this way, has a lot of room, is going to launch one. He was behind the line of scrimmage, and that is Freddie Mitchell making the catch.
That is amazing. That is Donovan McNabb.
I just love that. Okay.
I think people forget how good Prime McNabb was.
Oh, he was really, really good. Nobody gives him credit for it.
You saw he launched that ball 60 yards in the air off of his back foot with the guy on.
Oh, gotcha. Donovan McNabb in his prime was really a good quarterback, and he had some good escapes. A lot of people were like in awe of how Carson Wentz was able to escape from people, but I don't know, man. McNabb did it before him, and he was so big, like he didn't duck it or anything. He just kind of shrugged it off. Like he was so powerful. You hit him and he was like a rock. You bounced off of him and you couldn't catch him. You couldn't hold on to him.
I met McNabb once when I worked at Modell's, and we were actually had this conversation today, and I was like, he's really, really fat. But it's all muscle.
Oh yeah, he was. He was thick, and he was solid. He was just all solid muscle. But yeah, well, it was funny that you played that clip because I saw, like I said the other night at Home Depot, I saw Freddie Mitchell and found out that he does he's got his own contracting business on the side, and he just does stuff for people. I'm like, oh, okay. So you want to build a new deck? Oh man! So what other clip you got?
Hold on 1 second. Overtime. The great Kip Kelly years.
Matthews now in the game at the 41-yard line. And Bradford fires, and it's caught on the run. And inside the 10 into the end zone goes Matthews for a touchdown to win the game. 41 yards to Jordan Matthews. Hardy almost got to Bradford, but he's able to get it away, and the Philadelphia Eagles are exultant.
Christ, you know, I keep forgetting that Sam Bradford was a Philadelphia Eagle.
Oh, I want to keep forgetting.
I keep forgetting. Like, I was sitting there and I saw when you played the video, I was like, wait a second. I'm like, wait, that's. At first, I was like, no, who was number 7? I was like, no. And then he said his name. I always forget about that. Always forget it.
Oh my God. The catch that George Pickens just had.
Oh yeah, you're behind. Let's see, where are you at? You're at 9:24. The game right now is at like 7 something. I'm watching. Yeah, you're a little behind, but yeah, I'm watching in real time right now. But that was a great catch. That's why I haven't been given updates. Yeah, I haven't been given updates on the game because I was like, oh, I'm obviously ahead of you for some reason.
Let me see. I'm trying to see where we're at now. I forwarded. So what do you have going on for this game? What do you?
Wait, from going anywhere or doing anything?
No, I mean, like, what are your predictions?
I think this is going to be a pretty good defensive game by the Eagles. I think we're going to see a nice game out of Cooper DeJean. I think we're going to see an interception and a sack. I think this is a good game for him. Quinyon Mitchell, the dude's just been shut down all year long. I still can't get over that they got this kid, and he's as Bill. I love it. I'm expecting a good defensive game here, and I'm looking at the linebackers too. Between Bond and Dean,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, go.
No. Ryan commented on TikTok. He said, Eric, put down. You too late.
What? Oh.
They're going through it. They're Dallas fans. They're going through it.
Well, I mean, look, no matter what team you are, you support or whatever. When your starting quarterback goes out for the season and you're already having a bad season, you're in your feels. It sucks. Like, I mean, we've been there before. We know what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
They're in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, and we're on a 5-game win streak. So I mean, this is
we're on 4.
Okay, so all right. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was looking ahead.
I respect it.
He's like, I respect it. Yeah. So we're on a 4-game win streak. They're on a 3-game losing streak, and it does. It sucks when you're on the other end of it. It does. But like you said earlier, it's like I feel bad for Dak. I feel. Well, he's the only person I feel bad for. Everybody else, I could care less about. I mean, like they're
yeah, it's funny. I was like a group chat with him, and Greg. We go back and forth, and like I said, it's like that stuff for the year. He sent me a gift of the Black Eyed Peas, and he disappears. He's like, "I'll see you next season." Yeah, more or less. So I'm with you. I think one of those got to get interception today. Like, it's so close every goddamn week. It's so close, and that's the problem. Is because you're gonna look at stats. You're gonna look at so and so had so many interceptions. So and so had so many interceptions. You're not gonna look at shit. What has Quinyon Mitchell done? Like Quinyon Mitchell legitimately had 4 or 5 interceptions that he dropped. He would be in talks for defensive player of the year because that's how good he's been.
Dude, the friggin' Broncos had the game-winning field goal against the Chiefs blocked. The Chiefs win the game. They're 9-0. The Chiefs win the game. They're 9-0. They've now won 15 straight games dating back to last year.
They may go undefeated. They're that good.
But you know what's funny? When you watch them play,
they're not good.
I mean, when you watch them play, it's like it doesn't like they obviously don't have the major talent at every position like most teams that you would look at that's 9-0 or undefeated at this point in the year. I mean, yeah, you got Patrick Mahomes, you have Kelsey, but Kelsey didn't get his first touchdown until like 2 weeks ago.
And I just traded for him in fantasy.
That's good. That's good. That's really good.
He's the reason I won Friday night or Monday night. He's the reason I won my week.
Yeah, so I mean, it's.
So I think this game. I think it's like a 28-10 game. I think they could be making like a surge and a comeback, and I think there's like a pick six somewhere. I think for 4 straight years. Was it last year? Jalen Carter scored. I think the year before, Josh Sweat scored. The year before, Fletcher Cox scored. So we're looking for a 4th year in a row for a defensive lineman to score for the Eagles versus Dallas.
Right.
So like I said, 28-10, and maybe it gets out of hand. And then my thing is this: I think Nick needs to look at it. Take the points when he's there, because you're on a short week. You got Washington. Get those points. Get the hell out of Dallas and go.
I like it. I like it. Sounds good.
Get the hell home.
Yeah. It does.
Please
don't. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, please don't make me look like a fool, Nick, as I defended you. Oh shit! Oh shit! What happened? What's going on in that game? Oh, something must have happened. Come on. Let's see, because it's 4th and 8. I wonder if in the game, I wonder if they turned it over on downs. Let's see. But yeah, like, what are you doing? Oh, okay. You gotta be so loud. So I think it's one of those games. Oh, they fumbled. Wow. You gotta tell me like stuff like this. You gotta tell me when they fumble. I turned the game off.
Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't even notice it.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even notice. Yeah, they're it's what 27-21 Pittsburgh with 5:46 to go.
This is where you force them to do a fourth 3 and out or whatever it is. It looks like, right?
Yeah, I
Don't
would
hit the punt.
Right. Yes, and there it is. The big. I'll be watching that tonight. Yellowstone comes back tonight.
You watch that?
Yeah. We got into that, and that's awesome show. Awesome show.
I do watch it.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they work it now that Kevin Costner's off the show. I mean, because he wasn't dead when they went into their mid-season hiatus, but I don't know how they're going to work it. So it's going to be interesting.
We have a comment. We don't.
On? A comment on what?
It was a spam.
Oh,
on our comment.
Those guys.
Those people.
Yeah, the podcast hosts. Later one that contacted us that says we're going to make $5,000 off of playing their stuff.
Sure will. So I did reach out to a friend of the show's. Turn it off. Holden Barter.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna bring him on. We're gonna talk some more of his music and talk some Eagles.
Nice. Can't wait. Last time we had him on, it was a really good show.
So when we get ready to end the show, I'm gonna play his birds because I think we can do that.
Yeah. He's like, I don't think we can do that.
We don't own the rights to the music, Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook's a little bit of a
I don't think his music's gonna get blocked in Russia. that's where our music usually gets blocked in, is Russia.
Oh, is that where it's usually at? Russia? See, I don't look at
Russia.
that.
I do. I look because I'm like, all right, let me see what counties I'm blocked in. Russia. God bless you for listening to me all the way out in Russia.
That is pretty cool, to be honest with you. I do like that. That is pretty cool.
So
that is awesome. So it's all right. So, oh crap! I shut off my computer.
because we already talked. I mean, we already talked. We did talk this week, right? Yeah, because we got a new argument. Yeah,
yes. Yes.
We didn't discuss that. So I got them win like 28-10. What do you got?
I'm going to say 28-14. I think Dallas is going to be able to muster up. What's that?
You're giving 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to be able to do that. I mean, with the way Jalen Hurts has been playing, the way Saquon Barkley's been playing, I think it's going to be tough for Dallas to really stop them. Even though they're getting back, I mean, I don't know how much of an impact it'll be, but they're getting back Micah Parsons today. They're also getting back Trayvon Diggs. So I mean, they got some players coming back that they haven't. Well, especially Parsons, they haven't had him for a while. I think the last time he played was like week 6. So I mean, they got 2 key components coming back, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. I mean, but like I said, they always play tough. I just think the Eagles' offense will wear down the defense.
And did you see the interview with Saquon and Nate Burleson today?
With who?
Saquon and Nate Burleson.
No, I did not see that interview.
It's on our page. I put it on there.
Okay.
And he's they're just talking about it, and he's like, I'm the best shape of my career, and they're like, why? He's like, because I'm not on 1 and 2. I'm not on a franchise tag. I have my guaranteed money, and I'm here to play football and win games. And I'm like, I never looked at it that way. I never looked at like how players approach the game who aren't on guaranteed deals for 2 to 3 years. And
yeah, me neither. That's interesting.
Right, and you look and you're like, because listen, Saquon might have bought 90.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. I never looked at it that way either.
He's like, I've never beaten Dallas.
Oh wow.
Never beaten Dallas. So I think he's going to go nuts.
Dallas. Yeah, he's going to have it. He's motivated, and it's not even the it's not even what you call it the fact that it's Dallas week. He's just motivated to beat Dallas. Now he's on a team where he can legitimately do that. So that's awesome. So he may have a good week then.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a bad play.
So I do have an announcement.
That was a bad play. Okay.
So our followers have gone up increasingly in the last couple of weeks since we started football season.
Yes, they have.
A lot of it is, we have football and we do baseball on our network. So, as a thank you, if we can reach 10,000 followers between now, and we'll go with a week before Christmas. We'll go a week before Christmas because that way I can ship it out. I will give away. I'm going to take this off the screen. I'll give away. Boom!
Oh, the tailgate.
From, I believe it was the Buffalo.
The playoff game. Buffalo Bills playoff game last year.
Playoff game where Mr. Jason Kelce was shirtless, drinking beer, and hanging with. So, once we reach 10,000 followers, hopefully before Christmas, that goes for you on too. TikTok, follow us on Facebook at the Philly Podcast. This is the Jason Kelce Photo Pop. They're literally. Oh boy. My daughter joined the live. And we'll pick one random winner. I'll make a post, and everyone will have a good shot because they're still in the case. It's, hasn't been taken out. I'm not going to, still in the case. So one lucky person in the United States, let's get that right. In the United States, we'll have this shit to them, and you'll have it before Christmas if we reach 10,000 follows. So
I like it.
I have 3 of them. You don't need one.
Mike Williams touchdown from Russell Wilson. This game is tied at 27-all.
They got to go for 2, I assume, right?
I would go for 2.
Sure.
Yeah, this one I would go for 2.
And hello to the people who are watching. This is my daughter who's a pain in the nuts. So, am I wrong?
Yes.
She's a delight. I gotta just tell you, I am not a dog person. I'm a cat person. I am. Stop, because your mother and all of you talked into me. But that stuff yesterday with Ben, college game day,
I couldn't handle it. That was I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that he took his dog everywhere with him. I didn't know that. I knew he had him on set sometime. Well, I thought it was sometimes. I did not realize that he
dude
had
was like America's dog.
What's that?
I didn't know that either. The dude was like, I know he was there, like on college game day. Like, I knew that. Like, I didn't know he was legitimately there. Like,
yeah,
like he was a known dog.
Yeah,
which is wonderful.
I like the what was it? I saw it said in one of the tributes where the Rose Bowl made him the official ambassador of happiness, and I was like, that's awesome. Like they made the dog the official ambassador of happiness.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And like I said, unfortunately, Ben died of
it was cancer.
Ben died of cancer. Yeah.
Yeah, because Kirk Herbstreit put out a nice thing on, I think it was Instagram or Twitter or X. I mean, and he had said that he had cancer. The dog had cancer, and it spread to like all of his vital organs. And it's a shame. I mean, but he got 10 good years out of him. He got 10 really good years out of his best friend. That's awesome. I mean, when you're a dog person or even a cat person, whenever you lose them, it's terrible. And just his reaction during game day, like the poor guy couldn't talk, and I get it, but it's
and everyone else supporting him. It was such a great thing to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's see. I have the Eagles. What I say it was 28-14.
I got 28-10. So we got them scoring 4 touchdowns. So that's on par.
Yeah, I think so. I think that is too. But I'm pretty stoked for this game. So it's actually going to be coming on soon once this game's over.
Coming on in 17 minutes. That's why I was able to do. I think when they do like 4 o'clock games, we should come on an hour. Because it makes the time.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. Yeah, I like the sound of that. But who was it?
All right, so we're gonna end the show. We did our predictions. We're gonna end the show with a little acoustic of Go Birds from our friend Holden Barter. He's on TikTok, Holden Barter. He's on Instagram, Holden Barter. He's on Facebook, Barter. He's everywhere. Yeah, he's like us everywhere.
He's everywhere.
Except he's got more people than we do. So, and he was just in Monkey's Uncle the other day.
Yes, he was. I saw that.
Our friends over in Monkey Uncle. So here we go. I'm gonna mute myself. We're gonna play it like a minute, and then we're gonna head out and go Birds. Close it up.
Got a thing for the cowgirls down in Dallas. Where I'm from, they're hard to find. Something about that silver and blue with the Tacova blue. There was a pretty one to my right when she sat down and gave me that wing. I missed the kickoff, but I didn't care. I feel it special going down at the lane. Boy, I wish she could have been there. The Cowboys are sure gonna miss her. I hate to break it to them, she looking better in green. Tomorrow she was planning on leaving, but she don't wait, changed her philosophies. Was it the fans? Was it the lights? Could have been my arm wrapped around her all night. I knew she was the one when she said the words, not the words you might think. Oh man, she said, "Go Birds."